What's up, brothers? My name is Ron T. Tinsley, and I was asked to do a devotion based on 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. I hope that you guys are staying safe during this pandemic, but I wanted to be able to spill with y'all a little bit my take on this particular verse. But first, let me set up the whole book of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians is written by Apostle Paul, and he wrote it because there were some people in the church that was basically throwing shade at him. They were saying he wasn't a real apostle. They said he was pocketing the money. They said he's impressive at a distance, but not up close. Basically, while he wasn't there, they were basically trying to, get the people to take their eyes off of him as a leader, and they themselves were saying that they also were apostles. Okay, now we all, for those who don't know, Paul was blind on the road to Damascus. Jesus spoke to him. He used to kill Christians or those who followed Jesus, and then he became an evangelist for the cause of Christ. And so anyway, these things were being said about them. So I'm assured that Paul had a hard time hearing these things. So let me read the verse to you so that you hear the context of it. And it says, 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Finally, brothers, goodbye, aim for perfection. Listen to my appeal, but be of one mind. Live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be with you. Okay? That's 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. So if we take that apart, Paul always usually leaves a greeting at the end of his letter. I mean, not a greeting, like sort of like a greeting, a final greeting. Basically just kind of, sometimes he shouts out names of people who have been really running hard in the faith and that type of thing. But it's a reminder of what they're supposed to represent. So we see, finally, brothers, goodbye, aim for perfection. Now, when we think perfection, we tend to think of basically being perfect. But perfection basically means setting the bar high. Okay, that means that you're not going to settle for an F. You're not going to settle for a D. You're going to shoot for an A. You might get a B plus. You might get an A minus, but you're going to shoot for it. So what happens is that what Paul is really saying is aim for excellence is what he's saying. And it says, listen to my appeal. When someone makes an appeal, what they're doing is they're sharing something with you to persuade you, but they're leaving room for you to make the decision. So when he says, finally, brothers, aim for perfection, listen to my appeal, he's making an appeal to them not just as individuals, but as a crew. So he's saying, like, listen to what I'm saying. And then after that, he says, be of one mind. Now, of course, that we will interpret that as like, well, I can't be an individual. No, what it means is look at the core of what Paul's life represents, because the other false apostles were saying that he didn't represent what he was saying. Look at the core of what he represents. Be of one mind of how you're going to work towards imitating him. Okay? And then it says, and the God of love and peace will be with you. So, I'm sorry, I skipped one part. And it says, listen to my appeal, be of one mind, live in peace. This is an important aspect for young brothers to remember, because I'm going to tell you something that is really powerful in the street. To see brothers being together and being and wanting to not just protect each other, but lift each other up, that's not something a lot of dudes see. And oftentimes when boys see it, they think it's fake. So imagine living at peace with one another, which means you not only got each other's back, you got each other's best interest at heart. So when your boys start tripping on something that he shouldn't be doing, you there like, come on, man, that ain't who we are. Notice I said we. That ain't who we are. These are Christ followers. And then after that it says, and the God of love and peace will be with you. The whole point is that when we live through the spirit of disciplined life, God shows up and God makes himself known to us. And I'm going to tell you something too to remember. Pay attention to people, especially men, who are at peace with themselves, because those men are far and few between. So I want to encourage you young men to basically aim for perfection and listen to what I'm saying right now and be of one mind and live in peace. So God bless you. Take this for what it's worth. Peace.
balance when I'm staring at stars. I just wanna believe that we're better than we are.